Welcome back to the Typhoon Tournament Expert Division opening round, hole number 12. Here we're going to be sending it down to the green with a Zerk. This is a point and shoot shot, but you do need to set up in different positions for different wind strengths, and you need to pay attention to wind angle so that you can have the right topspin and the right amount of curl added to your shot. And I'll go over that in a minute. So there's no adjustment here, but you're going to set up with plus yards depending on how high your wind is, right? So the wind strength. So basically what I'm looking at is this dark spot in the rock right here in the front face of the rock. That's my line. So I'm going to set up, basically on a vertical line in line with that dark spot. If your wind is between 15 and 15.4, you'll be set up at the top of the plus 12. If you're between 15.5 and 15.9, you set up at the top of the plus 11. If you're between 16 and 16.4, set up at the top of the plus 10. If you're between 16.5 and 16.9 miles per hour, then you set up at the top of the plus 9. If your wind is 17 to 17.4, set up at the top of the plus 8. And if your wind is between 17.5 and 17.9 miles an hour, you'll set up at the top of the plus 7. Always in line with this dark spot, right? So it's right there on the front of the big pile of rocks. You'll see that dark spot right there. Just kind of set your plus yards. You'll be up and down somewhere along this line, right? Depending on how high your wind is. All right? That's the starting position. So once we get there, so like right here, I'm in the low 17s. So I'm starting at the top of the plus 8. Then I'm going to check my wind angle, right? What we're looking for on wind angle is basically using this rock here as a reference. Anything inside that rock is our neutral angle. Over here is tailwind. Over here is crosswind. All right. If you're in the crosswind angle, it's 3.5 topspin, 1 left spin. If you're in the neutral angle, it's 4 topspin, 2 left spin. If you're in the tailwind angle, it's 4.5 topspin and 2 left spin. Now, the curl is going to change. So the crosswind and the neutral angle both use the same curl. We're making up for the added wind push by reducing the left spin in the crosswind version. So right, crosswind, we're only using 1 left spin. In the neutral and the tailwind, we're using 2 left spin on both. So crosswind and neutral will use the same curl, and then the tailwind will use a little bit more curl, and I'll go over that. So we're in the tailwind here, right? With a 17, well, it doesn't matter what the wind strength is. Tailwind is 4.5 top, 2 left, and this is the curl that you want for your tailwind angle. So if you look, the right side of my ball touches this tip of this shot circle. That's what I'm looking for. I mean, it's slightly off of it, but right, that's what I'm going for, right? Have the ball touching that tip of that broken part of the shot circle there. That's for the tailwind angle only. If you're crosswind or neutral, your center line will split this pink and silver line on the Zerk here. All right, so right there. That's the amount of curl you need. And that's your center line touching that part of the ball, right? Hard for me to draw it, but so it's like it's a little over a half a ball of curl with the tailwind angle, and it's a little more than a quarter ball of curl with the crosswind and neutral angle. Just have your center line splitting the right side of the pink gray line on the ball. If you get everything set up properly, hit perfect, have the right spins in there, right curl, hit perfect, should be on the green for a nice easy putt or very close for a very short in-bringer. If you're in in-bringer range, plays P5 plus 20% standard EB rule. Just make sure you're checking for glitches and you don't hit a glitch. If you're in a glitchy spot, add side spin only to avoid the glitchy spot and make sure that the tip of the ball guide is just through the hole if you're shooting with an in-bringer. If you happen to end up in the bunker, I just play it with max topspin, and then I do 1 to 0.1. So if I have an 18 mile an hour wind, that give me a 0.9 of an adjustment, and it'd be a 1.8, and then I split that in half and make it 0.9, right? So it's basically 1 to 0.5. But for me, it's easier. I say, okay, 18 rings is 1.8, and then I cut that in half. Or 18 mile an hour is 1.8, and then I cut that in half, 0.9. That's what you adjust from the bunker with a full top spin shot. So good luck. Very good chance at an albatross here. Hopefully you're putting for albatross. But remember, it is ascendant. It is a kind of bumpy fairway, so you can get some different bounces. But no matter what, you'll be close to the green and have a good shot at albatross. Good luck. I hope you get the drop, and we'll see you on the next hole.